Hey everybody, this is Robert Mack with Irvine Real Estate Link, your link to the information that you need to make the right decisions. So today I want to have a little bit of fun and I want to talk to you guys about the 3 things that I can't believe other agents are doing right now in this marketplace. Now, I want to talk to you about these 3 things for 2 reasons. Number 1, it makes my life, my job, helping clients much harder than it should be because I'm spending a lot of time doing the things that the listing agent should be doing. And number 2, when these agents are doing these 3 things, they're doing their seller a disservice, and it really upsets me, and it's frustrating because I know that when I work with sellers, I provide a level of service that is really second to none. And so when I see other agents doing these things, it boggles my mind how these sellers can actually hire agents like this. So I want to kind of shed light on the situation, if you will. I also want to preface this video by talking to you about these 3 things may not apply to every type of listing. Now, obviously we have short sales, we have standard sales, and we have bank-owned properties. Those are the 3 main types of sales. With short sales, we can't always get what we want to get done because the seller may have a unique situation. But when you're dealing with a bank-owned property even, or a standard sale where the seller is looking to net the most amount of money, or the bank is looking to net the most amount of money, we want these agents to do what they can. You know, the seller expects the agent to do what they can to net them the highest amount of money. And so some of these things that happen are basically working against the seller, and if they knew, they probably wouldn't be happy. So let's start. What's number 1? My number one pet peeve is no pictures, or bad pictures, blurry pictures, pictures at night, pictures where you can't really see the property, or they don't highlight the property's main features. You know, when properties don't have pictures, buyers tend to not want to look at them. When properties have blurry pictures, it doesn't give the buyer an idea of what the property has, what the features of the property are. I mean, I've seen pictures so bad where the agent has not even gotten out of their vehicle, and they take a picture of the property and you can see their rearview mirror on the bottom corner of the picture. So that's what I'm talking about. Bad pictures or no pictures, really not doing the seller any good service, and it really makes my job harder as a buyer's agent if I'm working with a buyer, because I have to do some legwork to see if this property meets and fits my client's criteria. Number 2, when the listing agent has poor communication. And this can happen in a couple different ways. Sometimes a listing agent has to be the point of contact for a buyer and their agent to view a property. So if I'm calling the listing agent trying to set up an appointment and I can't get a hold of them, I can't show the property. So it makes my life harder and my job harder because I can't get in there to show my client the property. And again, it's doing the seller a disservice because the less people that see the property, the less offers you're going to get, the less exposure the house is going to have. So in addition, if I'm submitting an offer on a property, or if I'm emailing the agent or calling the agent to get information on the property so I can help my client write up an offer, if the agent isn't responding, it makes my job harder and they're doing their seller a disservice. So number 1, bad pictures or no pictures. And number 2, having poor communication, a level of communication as the listing agent, whether it be for showing or whether it's responding to questions or whether it's responding to offers. The 3rd one is having incomplete MLS data. Now, when an agent takes a listing, they upload information into the system, into the MLS, and they should do it thoroughly. However, not all fields are required to be filled out. So sometimes agents may take shortcuts and not complete the MLS input correctly. Let me give you an example of this. There are a lot of condos in the Irvine and the Tustin area that are 2-bedroom with a loft. Now, 2-bedroom is a must. You have to fill out the fact that the home is a 2-bedroom, but you don't have to check the box of the fact that this home has a loft. Now, obviously, if you're a good listing agent, you're going to check that field because it adds value to the property. And if you have a 2-bedroom with a loft, you want to make sure you advertise it as a 2-bedroom and a loft. Well, what happens is sometimes agents will take the shortcut and they won't check that box saying loft. So now what happens is when I'm searching for 2-bedroom homes with a loft, that property simply won't show up because the loft field hasn't been checked. So once again, it makes my job a little bit harder because now I have to do research above and beyond the MLS to see if I can find any properties with a loft, because I know agents leave that out a lot. And also, it's doing the seller a disservice because now this home is being marketed as a 2-bedroom property rather than a 2-bedroom and a loft. The less exposure the home gets, the lower the quality of offers are going to be, the lower number of people are going to view the property, and ultimately the seller will not net the most amount of money. And so that's my message for today. If you like this video, leave a comment below. If you see things that agents do that bother you, leave it below. I'd love to share ideas. This is just the 3 things that agents do that bother me that I can't believe happen. I'm sure there's many more, and I'm sure you've come across them too. I could spend all day talking about this. Don't forget to check out my website, irvinerealestatelinked.com, for so many great buyers and sellers resources, and I'll talk to you soon.